Hi, welcome back to Recycled Model Railways. I'm Paul. So, you've seen the thumbnail, you know it's all about stations. Let's get on with it.
Just the entire thing.
So, you saw the thumbnail. I'm not going to take you through it all again, because if you want to really see how much stuff is there, then look at the photo. However, I can tell you, in amongst all of the in amongst all of the platforms and a lot of fencing, I have 4 bags of various types of brick and roof papers which were thrown in with the platforms. 90% of them platforms came from one seller on eBay, and it cost me less than 20 quid. Yes, some of it's damaged, I don't care. So we've got 5 country station houses, although some of them are in boxes, 3 booking halls, 2 signal boxes, 5 waiting rooms, that's them little huts with the arch thing in them, a curved platform, so we've got a straight and 2 curved ends. Can't even read my own writing here. Don't know what that says. Don't know what that's. I wrote this while I was busy taking that picture. There's a water tower there. There's 3 hydraulic buffers, and as I said, a lot of fencing. So why have I bought all that, and why have I bought such crap? Because let's be honest, it's awful, but it's my kind of stuff. So, as you haven't figured it out by now, or if you're new to the channel, I don't like spending lots of money. I restrict what I'm going to spend on anything, from a little wagon all the way up. I have set figures that I'm prepared to pay, and I will not be moved on those figures. If I can't get it for what I want, I just keep looking. So, you know, all the shows you go to, etc, etc. Now, I could have done a video today on the massive amount of stuff that I bought over the last month, but you've already seen plenty of those. I'll just say there's a lot, and I mean a lot. I know you were all expecting a video, the next video as in this one, to be about the new DMU fleet. It was gonna be, but one's literally arrived while I was taking the photo for this video, for the thumbnail, and I might have found some others on eBay this week, so I'm waiting for them to come till I've got all of them together. Then we'll introduce you to the new DMU fleet. So let's get on and talk about this station. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want some comments. I want people to pass comment. I want people to throw some suggestions out. But if I put this very crude drawing in front of you, let me see, hang on, I need to put my glasses on to do that. If I put this very crude drawing in front of you, this is the basic concept here. So I want 2 island platforms. Each platform will be thicker at one end than the other, because as you can see on the drawing, if you can make it out, we're going to have terminus lines coming in for DMUs, and then if you look at this little drawing here, that's the idea of the track plan, is that once they've come in, they can go back out, switch and go back on the down line, up line, whichever way it is at the time. So but the actual whole station has got to be long enough to cover a minimum of 8 coaches and 1 loco. I tend to buy my coaching stock in batches of 8, so those of you who saw my version of the Teak will know that I got 16 of them, hence 2 times 8. Everything is generally based on 8. Even the 2 125s I've got, there is, I think, 6 coaches for them, plus the front and rear. So again, we'd have the cab sticking over at each end, but I think I've got enough platforms in amongst what you've seen to be able to make quite a long station. Now if you look back over my old videos, you'll see I've already done 2, and I've done them exactly the same way that I'm going to do this one. I bought all the cheap crap I could find on eBay. It didn't matter what condition it was in, I bought it anyway. So I've done exactly the same this time, but I've bought more. So if you go back and look at my old videos, that's not a plug, it's to give you an idea where this is going. There is one where I built a terminus station, which started off as one of them horrible square red Hornby platform station rooms, whatever, and it changed dramatically. It ended up being quite grand, and it had a, you know, like a parcel delivery on the end and a goods yard attached to it where stuff could be brought in. Again, designed for primarily DMUs to roll in and roll out of. But that was, I don't know, I might have to dig them out the loft. They might want extending now, because I'm pretty sure that when I made those, the only DMUs I had was the Triang 101s. I had 2 3-car sets, and they're not very long. At the moment, the longest I've got is the Lima Class 117s. They're quite a length to them. And I don't think the platform I have got on that terminus station will be long enough, but it's not easy to deal with it. So we made that one, and then I got about maybe 85% of the way through another pass-through station, which is going to go up on a high level, because I want a 2-level layout when I get to that. And yeah, I know some people are sitting there thinking, why build all this when you haven't got a layout to put it on? Well, I know I haven't got a layout to put it on. It doesn't stop me getting things ready. So there is that one done again exactly the same way, and I'm going to follow suit with this. Now back then, when I built those, I was using a Metcalf kind of printed card to cover that god-awful screen printing that they used to do on the Hornby stuff. They don't make it anymore now, so I've had to do some searching, shall we say. I didn't want to work with plastic. I know it gives you a nice texture, and you can sit and paint all the, you know, all the pointing out and what have you, but it's also faff getting through it all. So I've looked and looked and looked, and I found this stuff. Now I hope it comes up well on the camera, because I'm facing the light, but this is kind of like a buff coloured stonework cum brickwork. I got it from Amazon of all places, and that's the name of the stuff right there, Texture Contour. I think it's 3 sheets in a pack for $9.99, I want to say. It is self-adhesive, which, you know, is neither here nor there, but I suppose if nothing else it saves me actually putting it on. So I bought 1 pack of that because I want to trial it. And then quick look in that corner, roof tiles, slate to be particular, old slate. They had quite a selection, so, you know, have a look. If you don't want to mess about cutting plastic and so on and so forth, have a look. I'm kind of reasonably impressed with it. The proof will be when it goes on the building. What's it going to look like once it's on? So why did I end up doing all of this? Well, I'm sure that some of you watch Chadwick Model Railway with Charlie. He's one of my favourites. Charlie's been building 2 stations lately. He's got a terminus, and he's currently building a through station as well. I think, if I remember rightly, he's got a link in as well for a DMU to park in the back. So I'm watching it, and I remembered how much I enjoyed making the last ones, and I thought, well, yeah, I know I've got 1,000,001 other projects at the moment, but doesn't mean I can't do something else. And to be honest with you, it would make a change, because I keep swapping and changing about. Every time I go to a show, I'll find something I want to buy, so I buy it, and then I end up with another project that I want to start something on. So I mean, I'm looking at the moment around my desk and behind the camera. I've got 3 gravel wagons that I bought recently, which are now going to become part of that permanent way set. I haven't forgotten about it. They've been re-wheeled. They've had all the couplings took off. All of the permanent way stuff now has been fully painted, fully re-wheeled. The only thing I've got to do to complete that is put the NEM pockets on, and I'm done. Although I have got it on one of them. So I've got that. The 3 Lima shunters that I painted white and yellow for British Steel stuff, and then decided I hated them. They're back on the table. They got completely stripped. They got repainted in. I've decided to put a black base on them. So they're sitting there. They are literally now just waiting for the yellow to go on. Another recent addition was at Pickering Model Railway Show. Not last weekend, the one before, because there's nothing on in the northeast now for us till September. And I randomly picked up 4 cattle trucks. Don't have any cattle trucks, so I picked up 4. And it wasn't until I got them home, he just said give us a tenner, and I thought, brill, £2.50 each. I only pay £3 at the most. So I brought them home, and the next day I was sitting having a look at them, and I was impressed. I really was impressed, and I am going to do a little video on them at a later stage. I have since bought some more. I think I'm up to 16 Airfix ones now from the 4 I bought, and 2 that I found came in with a mixed job lot. They're not Airfix. But let me just say this, right? You can look at buying these kind of things from Dapol Bachmann, and I don't even know what they'd be, £30, £40. These things have cost me on average £3 or less each. Most of them are already made. However, I've got 6 or 7 come in the original Airfox box waiting for me to put them together. So that's in my box of kits to build. I think I've got 12, somewhere between 12 and 14 kits. I want to do a video on building kits. But back to the Airfix cattle wagons. Considering how old they are, I was really impressed with them. They've actually got doors that operate. 3 doors on each side that operate. And I thought, most people won't even give these a second look. But at the end of the day, they cost nothing. And I think they're so much better than just a box that gives you the imitation of a door. So anyway, you'll be seeing them because we're going to put a rake of those together. Back to the train station. So you've seen I've got a lot of buildings, quite a lot of buildings, and right now I haven't got a clue how I'm going to put them together. The little small waiting rooms, the things that look like they're made of wood and what have you. There's a bloody cat over my shoulder. Say hello folks to the mass murderer. We live near Fields, and today so far in the last hour and a half we've had 2 dead mice. We've had countless mice over the last few days. Go on, bugger off. We've had countless mice over the last few days. We've had a bird, and so we're all calling her a mass murderer now because she thinks it's great when she comes home, the bloody mouse or something tucked in her mouth. She thinks she's clever. So yeah, buildings. What am I going to do? I don't really know. What I'm probably going to do is sit them on the bench. Some of them are basic plastic, some of them I've got this god-awful sticky back, horrible printing on it, and I've got loads of sheets of that stuff. It's all pre-cut, all the windows are cut and everything else, but it's awful, so I'm not going to use it. But I'm going to look at maybe putting something together, like, you know, a booking hall and a waiting room stuck together, or maybe on one side 2 great big booking halls together, which have them, God, I forgot what they call them. I should know, I'm a bloody joiner. The things that come off your roof to give you more headroom won't come to me. That's old age. I've got about 4 of them. So I could make a point of scattering them along the top, or I might double it up, so I've got 2 and 1, I just want something that looks a little bit bigger than normal. In my head on the layout, it'll be kind of in the town area, so it needs to be the main station. So it's got to look bigger than the rest. It's got to look different to the others. Not that I had a choice because of the Metcalfe card, like I said. So yeah, that's the current plan, is to develop 2 very big platforms, which, as I said, eventually will take into account DMU's approaching. So the reason I'm going with a really thick end on one side, and if you look closely at the pictures, you'll see in the box of platform stuff, there's the standard Hornby, and then there's this super wide stuff. There's also some really skinny stuff as well. So I'm thinking that where the DMU, if the DMU's in and a big train arrives, you're going to have a lot of passengers all getting off onto the same area at the same time. So in my head I thought, right, we'll stick a super wide on, and then maybe put, I don't know, 1 waiting room or something in the middle of it, something like that, who knows. But we're just gonna, you know, crack on with it, see where I get to with it, and then every now and again we'll have a little bit of a video, a catch up of what I've done, what I've put together, etc. Colour schemes, it's buff coloured stone. My other stations have all got green as the pick out colour, so this will be the same. So that's it. I just wanted to show you what you can do. You can go all out like Charlie and be using wood and plastic sheets and all of that stuff and laser cut tops and what have you. His platforms look absolutely brilliant, and mine next to us won't look brilliant, but they're good enough for me, and that's what matters. I've said it before and I'll say it again, this does not have to be an expensive hobby. It's as expensive as you want to make it. So that's it. I've given you my little lecture about wasting money again. So I'm going to go, but before I go, thank you to the new subscribers since the last time we were on. Thank you to all my original subscribers for sticking around. I hope you've enjoyed this video, or the introduction of what will be a video. And let me know your thoughts, you know, give me some ideas. What would you do if you were me? I have basically got anything I should need to put a platform, 2 platforms together of a fairly substantial size, and enough buildings to be able to construct most things. And if I haven't got enough buildings, I have enough card in me fabrication drawer behind me to make up anything. If you look at, I'm going to say the through station that I built a few years ago, I started with, I think it's a Gauge Master model, and one part of it didn't have a roof on, and I actually built the roof. I built trusses out of lollipop sticks or coffee stirrers, one of the 2, just like you would on a real house. So if you've got any suggestions or any ideas, or even if you've got a picture of something, you know, it's like, why don't you have a go at that, send it and let me know, because it would be nice to think that I'm working on something that somebody else has had an input on, other than me just ploughing through it. Because as I said, other than how the platform will be in length and the fact that it's going to cater for a DMU on each side, that's it. There's no decisions made right now. So there you go. If you're looking to build your own platform, get on eBay, buy the cheapest crap you can buy and put a little bit of effort in. As I've said before, give it a go. We'll see you all next time, folks. That will be the DMU, because the last of them are due over the next few days, and then we can introduce you to the DMU fleet I now have from the 2 DMUs that I did have. Right, thanks for watching, folks. Appreciate it. We'll see you all again soon. Bye bye now.